Well, shoot, I might as well even climb up this here tree for y'all, while I'm making an ass out of myself on this here camera. Almost there. Oh, this is stupid. Alright, you guys. Let's just cut this and get to the monologue. I kinda got more important things to do, no offense, but making an ass out of myself wasn't exactly my way to spend a Saturday, so let's cut this and get to the thing I wanted to talk about, y'all. Okay, cut. How y'all doing? My name is Landon Matthews. I'm a 25-year-old Southern in a northern place, you see, 'cause I grew up in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, but then I moved on up here to New Hampshire at the age of 12. So you could say I've been trying like hell for the last 13 years to hold on to this accent, but anywho, I invite y'all out here to my backyard, or my parents' backyard rather, to tell y'all the story of the best worst summer I ever did have. Now some of you might be thinking, well, heck, Landon, that's a little confusing. How can it be those two things at the same time? The best and the worst don't make no sense. And to that I say, you better hunker down, face up, and pay attention, because I'm going to be spitting a story in your face. You see, the summer in question was 6 years ago. 2009 to be familiar, or 2009 without me trying to sound more Southern than I am. And I was wrapping up my first year at Brown University with my partner in crime since 14, Jamie Miller. You see, we had been best friends all through high school, and then we ended up being roommates in college. Now, how about that for luck? But we were pulling our hair out trying to figure what kind of work we could get over the summer. So then Jamie got an email from his old high school Shakespeare buddy, Amy, saying she had just gotten hired by this local house painting company and was wondering if maybe she could put in a good word for us so we could get jobs ourselves there. So we thought about it for a few seconds, and then we thought, hell yeah, Amy, get us a job. Now, some of you may be out there going, oh man, Landon, you should have looked a little harder than that, man. But I gotta tell you, trying to find a summer job is about as easy as clipping the nails off a husky. Ain't worth the trouble, you might as well find a groomer. Don't do that to yourself. And anyway, a lot of the prospects of this job seemed pretty good. Working with Amy, AJ, Jeremiah, Jeremy, all the old high school buds. And on top of that, the pay was good, the hours seemed reasonable, and work outside, nice manual labor. I like painting. I mean, it all seemed right as rain to me, and it certainly started out that way too. Man, gotta say, the first house we worked on was absolutely beautiful, and it was in this real swell neighborhood. It was straight out of Blue Velvet, but without any of that creepy shit. And on top of that, our supervisor was a real cool dude. His name was Donnie. He had this huge garter on the side of his neck, the size of Mount Washington, but his heart was even bigger, I have to tell you. He kept us in line with sugar and vinegar. He had a stern voice and a strong fist 1 minute, but then the next he would be high-fiving us, giving us hugs, and all that good jazz. He also got me into Wilco, and he also bought us sandwiches from Subway every Friday. I would work from Wednesday to Saturday, 11 to 7. And feeling the sunset at our backs as we would step off of our ladders and see how much further we had gotten on coating that big old red house, it just made me feel so useful. And it lit up my heart, because I'd always been taken in my youth. But this time I felt like I was giving back. I felt like I was a part of something. And it made me rise above myself. So it took about 5 weeks to complete this house, and when we were all done, I just went back home and waited by the phone. But it stopped ringing. It stopped ringing from June to July, and not just for me, but for Jamie, Amy, everybody. So we started messaging the company every which way, trying to figure out what was going on, but we got nowhere. And then when it was way too late, in like late July, I got an email from the company saying that my services were no longer required, and that I had been let go. So I graciously replied, "Where's my goddamn check?" I didn't have a lot of grace at the age of 19, y'all, but who did? Man, I was furious. And then Amy called Jamie apologizing for getting us all wrapped up into this mess, but she didn't know no better. Nobody knew no better. We were just trying to find ways to will away the summer days and get out of our parents' hairs while we made a little bit of money. It's those conning Ponzi fucks that really got us, man. And when I eventually did get my paycheck, it was like in late September, and it was way less than it should have. But since I signed that contract, there was a whole lot of nothing I could do. So in review, I spent the first month of the summer working hard, getting screwed. Then I spent the next month, which was pretty much all of July, just staring out a window, sitting by the phone, usually at Jamie's house, and sometimes we would play Crash Team Racing and listen to BK Sha Sha, but most of the time we were just sitting around. And I actually look back kind of fondly on that period, but I know that my mind's just snipping out all of that really boring, hopeless, existential despair shit, because I got so frustrated one day with just being bored and wanted to do something and having nothing that I said, damn it, Jamie, let's get to work. We only have a month until school starts again, so let's just find whatever we can do and do it. So we decided, or at least I decided rather, to start our own house painting company. 2 buds, 1 brush. And we had but one and only client during our entire history. That was my mom and dad. And if you follow me over yonder, I'll show you the work that we did. May not be much, but I'm pretty proud of it. You see, we did the whole side of the house over here. Paint's starting to chip a little bit. But you know, it's always going to happen when 6 years pass on, and also all the cruel winters the side in here has faced over the years. Obviously, quit rambling. So it took us 3 weeks to do this, and we lost the first week because we were painting it the wrong shade of white. And while I'd like to say that this whole time painting was as swell as when I was with the painting company, I gotta tell you right now, painting the siding of this house was 21 days of muggy mornings, random rain, a dog bit me, and Jamie fell off the ladder several times. And you can't blame the dude, this whole hill's at an incline, and he didn't know what the hell he was doing. And the first time Jamie took a tumble was actually the first day I met Jackie, because it was a Monday. If you look on over there, that's where Jackie mowed the lawn every Monday. Now, just imagine it without that cryptic fence and those cinder blocks. Just imagine a clear path there and long, tall green grass, yeah. So, Jamie took a tumble, and Jackie rushed on over, just immediately stopped what she was doing, and she was like, "Are you okay? Is everything all right?" And she pulled him out of the pricker bush, and he was all cool. He's like, "Yeah, man, I'm fine. And then she just laid right into him, started cursing him out, and was like, "You should be freaking dead. You should be so flippin' lucky. This don't happen to freaking anybody." I mean, she was saying the other FU words, but I've said enough salty language here today. But anyway, we all calmed down. Everybody was all right, and then we just started talking to Jackie about, you know, her life and whatnot, and that she had just graduated from the high school we went to, which surprised the hell out of me because I think I would have remembered a face that beautiful. And I gotta say, Jackie made such an impression on me that I wanted to know more about this brown-eyed troublemaker with a mouth that could make a trucker blush. And since we knew that she'd be mowing the lawn every Monday, I looked forward to it with the anticipation of a child. I couldn't wait. But when it came around, I couldn't say anything to her. And Jamie, he kept egging me on. He's like, "Go over and talk to her. She's not gonna bite. It's gonna be okay." But if anything, that actually made me more nervous because it just made it more real, and I just got more scared. So that Monday went on by without a single word being exchanged with Jackie. And I knew that the following Monday would be the last chance I would have at talking to this girl, because after that week I would be going back to Brown. Even thinking about that made me doubt the chances of what would even come from talking to her. I knew I couldn't make a relationship work with her if I was at Brown and she was up here. It don't make any sense. But I don't know, that there was a powerful part of me that just burned down any doubt, and I knew that on that last Monday, that last chance I had to take it. I couldn't walk away. I had to do it. So the last Monday came. Jackie was just about to finish mowing the lawn. Once I saw that, I took a deep breath and I started walking on over. And when Jackie was going over that last patch of lawn, she looked up at me and she smiled. Then the mower let out this loud, thrashy bang, and she just let go of it, and I ran on over and turned the sucker off, flipped it over, and the blade was all warped because it turned out, lo and behold, Jackie had gone over a rock. And when I told her, she just started crying, and she dropped to the ground and put her hands over her face, and I didn't know what to do, and I just started shaking, and I put my arms around her and I said, "You know, it's okay, don't worry about it, it's all right." And she was like, "Hell no, these people are gonna kill me, I can't pay for this." And Then Jamie came on over and asked what was going on, and we let him in on the know, and then we were all just standing there. The neighbors were coming over in 5 minutes, and we didn't know what to do. But then the neighbors came, and they were cool, and they understood, and they're like, oh, no, it's okay, don't worry about it, this kind of thing happens, you know. You don't have to pay for it, it's okay. And then she was relieved, but, you know, she didn't really show it. She kept throwing apologies around. She was like, oh, I'm still so sorry for destroying this thing. And then she put her arms around me and gave me a big old hug and said, thanks for being here. This would be the last time I ever talked to or saw Jackie. Apparently a month later, she moved on out to California with her friends. And this was also the last summer that I was really close with Jamie. It's not like we had a falling out or whatever, but we were going down on separate paths, you see. And lo and behold, 6 years later, look at what I have. I'm bespectacled. And I have a good job, and I have a nice apartment, and everything's going well for me. And everybody thinks I have my shit together. How come I'm so fucking bored? I've hit the mark that I set for myself, and I have nowhere else to go. Which is why you see me out here making an ass out of myself, climbing trees, going down the hill in wagons, and now that I can't look forward, I guess I just look back. I guess that's why my memory is lingering on a summer where I got scammed. I had to comfort a crying woman who was losing her shit over that which cannot be controlled. I witnessed my best friend almost kill himself 6 times, and I got bit by a dog, and I wasted an entire month to daydreaming. But it was a summer where I felt things. I got something out of it. It was a summer I felt alive. I wouldn't have it any other way.